Hey, everybody. Welcome to episode 4 of Let's Make a Game, not Let's Code a Game, because after all, making a game is more than just writing code. It's also making art and writing stuff. And, a whole bunch of skills are involved in making a game, depending on what kind of game you're making. All right, let's have a look at the code. So I've changed it a little bit. Previous to this recording, I tried to do 2 screencasts, and the first one was like really boring because it was in the morning, and I'm no good in the morning, apparently. I'm not entertaining, or less entertaining than I am now. The second one was me drawing, and I'll do a bit more of that in this episode. But when I clicked on the screen, anytime I clicked on the screen, including to draw, um, a little circle would appear around where the mouse is clicking. And that was really, really distracting. So I decided to trash that video as well. So what am I going to do now? Well, I'm going to, let me explain what I've done. I've made a whole bunch of items for what needs to be done in this game before it's done. Truthfully, that should probably go in a Trello, and maybe later I will put it in there in in some kind of other document. But for now, it's in here. It's in the code. All right, what else I got going on? All right, so you got a whole bunch of things I need to do. So the last video I had something called box, and box contained this this information. And I realized that I needed to have more than just box, and box wasn't even box, it's a rocket. So I renamed it to rocket, and I put it in this master object called game state. Let me mute that. So later on, I'm going to have a list of an array, rather, of asteroids. And so that's also going to be in game state. So everything having to do with the game, the positions of all the stuff and where everything's going, this is all going to be, it's all going to be here or in this whole object. And any flags or other information I need to add is going to go into game state. I also changed this guy. Used to be arrow, but I'm changing it to input because I'm also going to put in clock information, which will be used by the asteroids. Let's see here. Anything else I changed? I mean, this looks a little different, but it's basically the same thing. Instead of changing box, I'm changing game state. The thing I'm changing in game state is the rocket's Y. Not a whole lot different. Yes, request animation frame. So this is an optimization for browsers that I don't fully understand, but instead of simply drawing the game screen, redrawing the game screen every time something happens or some new change occurs, I'm going to defer it to request animation frame. And my understanding is this intermediary makes the animation smoother. So do I even have? Yeah, I got it. Yeah, I don't know if that's really smoother or not. Looks pretty much the same to me, but everyone says use request animation frame. So that's what I'm doing. All right. So another thing I've done is I've drawn a rocket, or a little bit of a rocket. It's currently facing to the left. Not a huge deal. I'll flip it to face to the right. It was just easier for me to draw this direction. Very simple, really simple cartoony rocket ship. Two images for flame so I can have an animation. And let's see what's next with this guy. So I've drawn fire, I've drawn the ship. I think it's time to color it. All right. Let me get my tablet out here. Whoops. So that wasn't too loud. Oh boy. All right. I'm using GIMP, by the way. It's a free open source art image manipulation piece of software. I have a bunch of different layers for different pieces of my image. I'm now going to make I had a sketch image that I used to sort of sketch the rocket. I had an ink layer in which I drew over my sketch to make a smoother image. Now I'm making color. So rocket, color. Just making sure I got my timer on. Yep. Now, what color should the rocket be? I'm gonna do some sort of blue-gray affair. All right. I'm using the pencil tool because that's got a hard edge. And if I just simply outline with that hard edge, then I can fill without any kind of anti-aliasing weirdness. And that may not make a whole lot of sense, but basically, if I didn't use this pencil tool and then I used the paint tool, there'd be a weird fuzziness right here. So here's what I mean. So I'll paint this spot, and so there's no weirdness. If I use this guy, that's a fuzzy. See, look at this. I don't want any of that nonsense. All right. Now, in the previous recording that I chucked out, I noted that it's a heck of a lot easier to talk when I'm drawing than when I'm coding. When I'm coding, I'm trying to figure out what my program does. I want to figure out what I want it to do, what's going wrong, and so I'll just get silent trying to figure that stuff out. Here, I'm not using with coding. It seems that I'm using the same part of my brain to code as I do to talk. So I can't do those same those things at the same time. Here, drawing and talking are different parts of my brain, so I have less of an issue drawing and talking. Another thing I mentioned was that this project is really comically unambitious. So I know I'm going to finish it. All I got to do is keep plugging away, and eventually it'll get done. but it's also something that I can really work on, really build on. Oh, I like that. So right now, all you're able to do is, in this version of the game, all you're going to be able to do is move up and down to avoid asteroids. Well, in the sequel, I could give you a gun right here, which would allow you to destroy the asteroids, and then I could give you enemies to fight. I could give you upgrades to your ship, and I could have another section of the game where you land on a planet and get out of the ship and do some platforming. And I can sort of build a game engine sequel after sequel in this way. So that was kind of neat. Green? Yeah, I like that. I'm in no way a professional artist. I have been better at times. And I've had ambitions of being a professional artist. But I didn't have the stick-to-itiveness to make that happen. I think you really have to want to be, if you're going to be an artist, you really got to want it hard and keep working at it. I was just kind of a slacker as a kid, so or as a youngster, so that was less likely to happen. Oh yeah. Well, I think I want to move that layer here. Oh, here. And same thing with this guy. All right, I'm going to make a new layer. Let's see, this is for fire 1. Fire 1 color. So I'm going to make this some kind of yellow. So if you're wondering why I'm choosing the colors I'm choosing, I don't know. It's whatever looks good to me at the time. That's it. Let's see. All right. Oh. Now I'm going to make another layer for fire 2 color. Make that guy visible. All right. I'm in fire 2 color. Let's color this guy. All right. So now I've got fire. And the reason I've drawn two sets of fires is so I can do animation. That's why I've done that. But now I've got this cool little spaceship, and I can now I need to make this guy an image that can be used by the game. So let's see about doing that. All right. So first thing, I just want the rocket. Flatten this guy. I'm trying to, let's see, image, flatten image. I don't want that to happen. So this is not the most entertaining video, I'm suspecting. I don't know, maybe I'm speaking too soon. So what I'm now doing is I'm taking the images I've created and I'm turning it into an image file that I can use. Let's see, for the game. And let's see, what size is this? So that's clearly too big for the game. I'm probably going to want to shrink this guy. So don't worry that I'm deleting stuff. So I haven't actually saved this yet. Oh no. So I'm going to save it as something. Down. All right, so now I've got one simple layer. I'm going to shrink this guy. I'm going to change it. Oh, I don't know, 50%. Let's see how that works. Still a bit big. I'm going to try to scale it a little bit. So maybe 30. And I'm just eyeballing this. Still a bit big for the game, I feel. $20's got to be too tiny. Actually, that looks about right. All right. Let's see how this works. Oh, come on. Why is this not working? That's really odd. What the heck? Okay. Okay, so this is the image as I've saved it. That's good. I think I'm going to move to coding this up. I actually want to put the rocket on the screen. All right, so I'm going to move that image I just created into here. All right, so I got rocket.png in here. And now I need to know how do I actually draw an image to the canvas. Draw image. Oh, sweet. I actually need to move that image to a good spot. So I made a folder called images. No. That's too big. I thought I'd shrunk that enough. Oh, actually, I think. Yeah, that's probably fine. I think that's a decent size for the image. So let me go back to the game. And all I need is, what's dx dy? So I'm going to change this to draw image. All right. Images. Does that do it? Let's see what happens. I got to compile. Failed to execute draw image on canvas rendering context 2D. See if I can just put it. Can I simply put this image on the page without any fancy JavaScript stuff? And it is rocket.png, right? Yeah. So what does it want? That's kind of weird. So that's not what I want. I just want to draw an image. That can't be the way to do it. All right. Let's see if this works. I should just be able to give it the path to the image and not have to create this image object, but okay. That's what you want me to do. That worked, but it didn't. Oh yeah, I have to actually set the source. Ooh boy. That is ridiculous. So I have to create it. Then I have to say the source is equal to what a wacky way to have to do things. All right, let's see if that does it for me. Interesting. Do I need this? Probably don't. Sweet. Let's see if I can make it move. Very slowly, but yes, I can make it move. Awesome. All right, so this nonsense. Oh boy. Sorry about that. That noise should not have happened. So there, I know I've run out of time, but there's a helper function that I just can't help but want to make. because I don't want to have to write all this nonsense all the time. So I'm just making a little helper function for myself, because I know I'm going to be doing this all the time. And another thing I want is game state.rocket.image. I don't want to have to. I think it's probably best that that information stays in here, because what if I want to change the image at a certain point? Then that makes it a whole lot easier if that's not hard coded into the function. All right, so that's good. Build that, make sure that works. Yeah. Oh, let me get this out of here. What? What? I wonder why that is happening. So check this out. Where's the image? Oh, now here's the image. So I wonder if that's happening because I need to wait for images to load. Let's see. What if I did this? See, this is another example of me being quiet while I'm trying to figure out what the heck to do. Okay, so let's see if that works. Not sure how much I like that, really. Well, let's see. Const rocket image. Is that enough to do it? Oh yeah. Gotta build. So that didn't do it. All right, this is a mystery for another time. I want to keep this helper function and then solve this problem another day. Okay, so did this, explained that. Why doesn't rocket appear until I press a button? All right. Let's see. Anything else? I think that's it. So for this session, I've finished drawing the rocket, including the fire, even though I haven't put the fire here. I need to put that there. And then add fire, need to add time. So that's the next thing I'm going to do is add the fire once I fix this bug. And again, the bug is, hey, where's the image? Well, here it is. What's the deal? All right. Anything else I did? I don't think so. So, thanks for watching. Not said that, but if you've gone all the way to the end of this, good on you. Let me know if there's anything about this that you'd like explained or any part of the code that you'd like explained. Any questions you have, comments, constructive criticism, it's all welcome. I think that's it. Thanks very much. See you later.